Hello everyone, I am Tariq Siddiqui, a student of Mass Communication and Journalism. From last 2 days we were discussing about a theory called Fordism. Where does it came from and what does it do and why it is important for us to know about it. We have already discussed the principles of Fordism, what is assembly line. Today we will see another important topic related to Fordism. So put your headphones on and let us begin. So it is post-Fordism. By the late 1970s, the Fordist business and the labor practice model hit a crisis in America and Western European nations. This was caused for mainly two reasons. There are many reasons, but these are two primary reasons. In the Middle East, which the territories control the vast bulk of global oil reserve, the OPEC cartel formed, which limited the supply of oil to America and the global economy. This drastically increased the price for the oil, obviously, shocking the global economy and thus shocking the American industry. Since Fordist business model greatly depended on cheap oil to fuel their machinery and production on the assembly lines, the rise in the oil price crippled the business profits. The second cause was rise in the global industry competitors. Never before did the America have to compete with so many super players in the global economy. As I have mentioned before, America never had industrial competition for 20 to 25 years after World War II. The France, Russia, Japan, all these major economies were annihilated, destroyed. They had to rebuild their infrastructure, their factories, their roads, their towns, etc. And after they did, they joined the party too. And now America has competitors, which America doesn't like at all. These are the two main reasons why the post-Fordism happened and why the Fordist business model hit a crisis in America and the Western European nations. And apart from these two main reasons, there were several other reasons also. In 1960s, the US got into trouble economically as it tried to finance the Cold War and the Vietnam War. Arm production was being financed on a wartime scale. Although there was no real war, but still they were producing guns and missiles and tanks just to show off. President Johnson tried to solve the problem by printing more money, and this just led to inflation. Then again, President Nixon tried to solve the problem by taking the US off the gold standard, but that just meant that the US no longer would control the world economy. And apart from those problems, apart from the problem I have mentioned before, the reasons I have mentioned before, there was also reasons like the rise of computer technology and improved international telecommunication. That meant the mass production could be completely redesigned. Production no longer had to be centralized in a few key manufacturing centers. It could be dispersed all over the world. It no longer needed to be a large scale because computers controlled tool, specialized manufacturing techniques could customize production efficiently. Production no longer required vast stockpiles of raw material and supplies because computerized logistics could ensure the just-in-time delivery of component custom manufactured. Instead of being producer driven, production became more consumer oriented. With consumer driven production chains, car could be redesigned like athletic shoes or military vehicles or whatever the consumer wanted. Fordist auto manufacturers gave the 1950s consumers car with all the variety of 10 fins and chrome appendages, but fundamentally they changed very little.